Yes, welcome back to BSG Online 3. As I said before, I'm White Wiki, and we're gonna see a great showcase of Eschatos played by Eero. And before we start, there was a bit more for this game, and I can here announce that the color that we're gonna see the ship in, that was a weird sentence, is the color purple. Purple won by 20 euros. So Eero, this is your moment, take it away.
Excellent choice with the purple color. The Type D. Renee Eschatos would approve. And then we can get the timer started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we're playing Time Attack, which is this game's speedrun mode. It's a shmup, but instead of being a full auto-scroller, we're gonna advance the game by killing the waves faster. And there's also going to be an in-game time bonus whenever you kill all the enemies on a wave. Kinda like that Crash Bandicoot timer stopping. It freezes for 1 second, which you can see on this top timer there. And there's two timers. The real-time timer for each area is in the top right. Then this timer in the top center, that's the life timer. If it reaches 0, you game over. Hopefully that won't happen, but we'll see. Just waiting for these enemies to spawn. And we have 3 weapons on this ship. As you see, it's the straight weapon, the wide weapon, and the shield. And the shield actually deals the most damage of the options, so we want to kill the enemies like that. Those green enemies spawn in random places, so they can be a bit dangerous, but we got them. Point like the UFOs for a bit of extra damage. There we go. Starting off nicely. Then we got a bit of downtime here with these purple balls. And we also want to stay on the left here by just a bit, because the fourth weapon in this game is these F-bombs, as we call them, the blue Fs that come from these power-up carriers. The way these work is, at regular intervals, they spawn on the opposite side of the screen to where you are, and we wanted it to spawn on the right there, so we were on the left before to trigger it. Take these random enemies. These green enemies are spawned in a really staggered way. They can also all spawn in a line which lets you sweep them across with the shield, but that was a really bad spread. Back off the not got rammed by that enemy that comes from our screen. There we go. Now we get into the first boss already, which is where we're going to do one suicide in order to manage the dynamic difficulty system later. And we want to kill all these grey parts that are outlined by these green rectangles. Want to kill these as soon as they show up on the screen in order to get a speed kill on this first phase. Use the shield on these to both block the shots and deal damage to them. The shield doesn't actually make us invulnerable or remove our hitbox. We can still die while using it, so we have to be a bit careful when point blanking. Do the suicide there in order to decrease the dynamic difficulty for the second phase coming up. These red crystal enemies are random, so hopefully they don't do anything bad. They're behaving. We were able to kill them before they got any good shots. So in the second phase we're going to do a speed kill strat where we point like this enemy while simultaneously blocking its shots. And this is only possible because of the suicide we did earlier to decrease the difficulty. Otherwise he fires a much more dangerous pattern that doesn't let you do this strat. And there's a small in-game time penalty for dying, which is 5 seconds per death. But even with that penalty, it's worth it to be able to perform the strat. And then we go to right away stage 2 with no breaks in between. Get into the clouds. Kill these first enemies at the top of the screen to clear them faster. That enemy didn't quite want to get hit there. Switch to the straight weapon, immediately damages UFO when it spawns off screen. Then there's gonna be these teeth enemies, the marshmallows. We want to hit them with the shield and they spawn in random places and try to run from us. And you can also die to colliding with them while you point blanking, so this is pretty scary, but it went really well. Then there's gonna be one more wave of these, but this time there's random missiles instead coming with them. Anti-fire bullets, this is pretty dangerous. Okay, there we go. We got a simultaneous spawn there, which is what can happen on a couple of waves in this game. If you kill enemies fast enough, the big ones, and then you kill all the small ones, there's a small gap where the game thinks you've already killed the wave, even though you haven't, which enabled us to finish that wave a bit faster and spawn the next wave like 2 seconds sooner. It's a small time save. Okay, don't like those enemies didn't die. can really collide with those easily or let bullets slip past the shield since it doesn't protect you fully from the sides. Then you want to take this F-bomb here when these enemies have all spawned. Take them out. Really good so far. And you may have noticed there's small lag spikes from my PC every now and then, but that's fine, nothing to worry about. Then we got another point blanking strat here. This is really dangerous. Okay, that was a bit unlucky. Need a bit of good luck to get this point blank without deaths, but it's gonna save time even if we die once. Just need to keep point blanking. Not get hit in the ass. Okay. Get a bit of safety from the F-bomb. Okay, have to back off. Just a bit more point blank damage, and now the boss should die. He should die. Okay. That didn't go so well with the death, but got some extra damage with the point blanking anyway. Pretty risky fight since the bullets can actually spawn inside you or pierce your shield very easily at point blank range for that attack. And we got the second half of the stage, just finishing up these cookies. Then there's gonna be a missile wave after this. If this goes well, we can catch all of these for the small time bonus, and we did. Then use the shield to finish these enemies. Take this death bomb to finish that wave sooner. Kill those enemies, then immediately switch to the straight weapon to fire on these UFOs, the saucers. Okay, that was really close. That was not the opening I normally go into, but we got them. Take this, release the F-bomb, shoot this stage 2 mini-boss. Go point blank him for just a bit with the shield for extra damage, back off before he fires. Then just point blank him at close range until he dies. There we go, pretty good stage 2 overall. And then again, with no breaks, there's gonna be an instant transition to stage 3, where we're going to have some cinematic shots for a nice sense of adventure. First, these random enemies that hopefully behave well, and they did. Then we got this dangerous point blank strat, which is becoming a trend. Get a bit of damage on these purple balls. You see there's a health bar at the top of the screen right now. This is actually a mid-boss, these purple balls, and the game advances to the next segment as soon as you kill these. So it's very important we damage these with the shield as much as we can without dying. That grey enemy could have TP'd inside us, but it didn't, so we got the fast speed kill. That's really good. There would be a whole sequence where the screen spins around and that purple ball just shoots at you, but we were able to skip it with the speed kill. Thanks to the damage from the shield. Okay, let's not die. There we go. That was close. Then we've got the purple banana section, the bananas and the eggplants. We've got an eggplant coming up soon. That's the eggplant. The eggplants have a large hitbox, and the purple stuff only has a hitbox on the part where they are glowing. And they also block your shots, which is also a bad deal, since they can block you from killing enemies as they're absorbing your shots and you just can't get a good shot. But so far they have been very gentle. Like this yellow thing here. It was in the way, so I couldn't even shoot at these two enemies. And then a bunch of randomly teleporting purple balls, which right now are not cooperating. Okay, one of the waves went bad, but the rest went pretty smooth. Okay, let's... Oh, that was really close. The purple bananas really tried to get me, but we're good. Must be because we chose the color purple thanks to your donations. The purple bananas not so happy that we're still in the thunder. Also next mini boss, we've got these spinning balls. If you collide with these you die, so we want to not do that hopefully. There we go. Didn't get the optimal damage pattern there, but this is fine. Then just shoot them here while the screen spins around. They don't have hitboxes in this phase, but in the earlier one they do. So we can just, in this one, point like him with the shield all the time. Wait for that laser before finishing the way with the F-bomb for a bit of the time save. Does these random enemies? Okay, that was really close. The last one almost got me in the nose. This wide weapon doesn't protect you from the very front, so if an enemy spawns in a bad place, it can just hit you straight from the front. And that almost happened on the way before. Good thing it didn't. And while this boss is exploding, we want to set up the next F-bomb if we can. It's gonna spawn on the right because of our positioning, right here. We want to release it into the air, do another point blanking strat on this boss, where we don't cancel too much bullets in order to preserve energy, but still get good damage to the boss with the shield. Then we want to rush in front of him through that bullet pattern, in order to glitch that laser attack. You heard the laser sound effect, but no bullets appeared because of the small glitch that happens if you rush forward fast enough and shield in a point blank range. Okay, let's not die. That was... Oh, didn't see that one coming, but this is fine. He actually takes less damage during this phase where he's not showing the green parts, so if you're gonna die somewhere, that's the best time. Bit more point blanking, and then we just center him on the green part, which is his weak point, to finish him off. There we go. Stage 3 boss down. And again, with no breaks, it's right on to stage 4. And it's going to start with an intense section of enemy waves that always spawn on the side opposite to the one you are on, same as the flash bomb carriers. So we're gonna be in the center right away, since it's always gonna make the first wave spawn on the left. And then we're hopefully gonna follow a route for the rest in order to spawn them in a controlled way. But there are also parts here that are going to be random, like when the F-bombs are gonna spawn, how we can handle these. We want to leave this F-bomb in the air, ideally, for a while, and use it in a spot where it's gonna save time. But it's actually spawning in a really bad time, I can't actually use it well. That's not good. Ideally I would have an F-bomb here. Wait, I am gonna have an F-bomb here. That's really good, but I was too high. The enemies caught me, I should have waited just a bit before grabbing the F-bomb to avoid that. It's fine. Okay, then kill these enemies as soon as they spawn. A bit off there, but we got them. Then just the last enemies, this is fine. Bit slow in this section, but got most of it pretty well. It's okay. Then these random enemies, just kill them all. Then there's gonna be a big point blanking strat here. We wanna position at the top of the screen during this cutscene here, and we can actually kill the enemies during this one. You hear from the sound effects that we just swept through like 10 enemies with the shield positioned during the screen transition. Then we want to use this F-bomb here to finish this wave. Except it dodged us. Can be hard to hit those moving F-bombs. Then just wait for these enemies to spawn, get them. Some random missiles going to be here. Hopefully the white shot catches them all while we spin around. There we go. Point like these enemies with the shield. Then just let these enemies on the right expire, since the ones on the left are what's going to advance the game. Let's see if we can get the fast kill here. One of the enemies got past me, but we got a backup with the shield. It's pretty good. Then another mid-boss, he's also got a weak point in his center, but he moves randomly, so he might not cooperate, but he behaved pretty good. He's a good boy. There we go. Get a bit of a time sieve with that F-bomb. And then there's another mid-boss. The shotgun twins, as I call them. They're gonna fire 5 shots around me. That's the 5th shot, and then 3 shots directly at me. Just need to remember that pattern to dodge it. And also a position to not get hit by the other bullets they fire. Then another mid-boss, the purple heart. We want to point blank him with the shield when we can, but we don't want to die to these bullets while doing that. And the dynamic difficulty system affects how fast bullets and attack patterns in this game proceed. So this is not always going to be the same timing for this mid-boss. Need to keep an eye on how exactly the bullets are going to know how to time stuff. Due to how the dynamic difficulty can just screw you over. Then we've got the Space Invaders section, also with no delay in between. We need to kill these red UFOs at the top to make them drop, and kill the other enemies faster with that. And the bullets are also cancelled when we kill these red UFOs, but the trick is that the red UFOs moved completely randomly and they can hide behind these smaller invaders, and if they do that, it's gonna make things really difficult, but this is going super well so far. Okay, this is... Oh, and you also get hit in the ass by those bombs, as you see. It's pretty nasty. Good thing we didn't die there. It's really close. And now we can't even see the red UFOs properly. You can still tell by the sound effects when you're hitting them. It's a very subtle sound effect, but if you play for a bit, you know how to tell when you're hitting things, even when you can't visually confirm it. Which is very important in that section. That went really well, actually. Then we got the stage 4 boss. Almost killed the final enemy, but we're gonna start by hitting this part in the top right corner. Blink and you'll miss it. That's gonna be the last part of this phase later. This is kinda like the first phase of the stage 1 boss, which was a while ago. We're gonna kill these grey parts. We're gonna do a suicide here, in order to refresh shield energy, in order to enable the aggressive speed gas right here. But we are a bit behind the cycle, so this is gonna be very close. There we go. And if we don't die here, we're good to go. Okay, we got the speed kill. All the parts dead. We have to do this very quickly, or the camera moves off the screen and we have to wait a couple of seconds to finish the last part. So very good, we got the fastest timing. Then another phase. These guys don't have collision hitboxes, so we can use the shield on them, but one problem is that we're gonna run out of shield energy, and then we're not gonna get these bullet cancels from killing parts of the boss, and that's going to be very bad very quick with these bullets and these discs coming at us. The discs also block your shots, so if they build up, you can't dodge the boss very well either. Okay, that went okay. Almost got hit by that ass bullet there. But we saw it coming, it's fine. Then we want to do a suicide here in order to get iframes and refresh the shield energy for this point blank here. Even with the minus 5 seconds from taking a suicide, it saves a lot of time to get this extra damage. And then we got this final attack. It's just random, we gotta keep the shot on him to kill him faster and hope we don't die. And we got him, very good. And we've got a bit of dime time now, so our host, Wired Week, if you got something to say, now's a great time.
Yes, definitely. First of all, I've been watching this for 15 minutes straight with full amazement. This is absolutely insane to watch. But after I've said that, for the upcoming run, we actually have a bit war going on. For Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, you can actually choose which monkey is gonna be the play character. Currently in the lead, we have Baby with 25 euros. Meme is at 10 euros. Gongon at 3 euros 33. And I would add another I to that. There's nothing donated so far for I. So if you want to see your favorite monkey in that ball, be sure to donate towards that.
By the way, the best monkey is Gongon, so be sure to donate for him, please. Don't let Baby win. That's all I have to say on that. But now we got another mid-boss coming up after this opening of stage 5. And we're gonna point blank in with the shield, if we can. And we don't want to get hit by the power-up carrier. They can actually kill you if they hit you from behind while you're at the top, so we had to back off a bit to avoid that happening. Let's see if we can get a good point blank here. Missed a bit of the end. I kind of wanted to sweep across his face to partially block the bullets while getting damage on him, since you can't actually block all bullets with the shield. Some of them push you back a lot and take a long time to cancel. Those purple bullets that glow are one of them. So we can only get a small point blank during that attack, but we got some. Get the missiles. And a bunch of these. Then there's gonna be a dangerous wave of these teleporting purple balls from stage 3. They're completely random, so hopefully they cooperate and move into a shot like that. That went really well. Good luck. Get that enemy. Then we've got 2 more mid-bosses coming up. This is a repeat of the stage 2 boss, except this time there's 2 of him. The 2 mirror shields. We get some point blank damage on him. Save the time, that's really good. There's a bullet canceller when we kill 5 of them, which helps us point blank the second one while the bullets are being cancelled. This is a really good timing on this. Got a super good shield damage on this. Okay, this is going really well for stage 5 so far. Then we got more of these randomly placed green enemies. It's manageable at first, but then they all spawn at once, but luckily we have an F-bomb that we can just blow them up with. These laser enemies are random, and if things were good, they would behave, but as you can see, things are not good. Okay, we've got past that. These enemies are also pretty random, but with the F-bomb we can just take them all out. That's good. Just wanna chill to the side here, kill all these enemies, and then there's another nasty wave coming up. If you remember these enemies, these were first introduced in stage 1, and now there's a full wave of these, and these have smaller hitboxes than they look, and they fire these quite random bullets which can catch us. Only 1 death, that's pretty fine. Still got them pretty quick. Okay, then these 2 mid-bosses, we want to hit them in the center for their weak point, if we can, without dying. Only took 1 death, didn't lose a lot of time on that, pretty good. And a couple of these enemies. And now we headed to the final section of stage 5, where you see that there's lasers being fired at our bodies on Earth. They're gonna be fine, they probably have a force field or something protecting them, or an atmosphere. Hopefully. They're gonna be fine. This wave is an auto-scroller, we can just skip it by holding the shield and they're all gonna fly into this. Then we're gonna see more of these lasers, and what you see here is the lasers are not only killing us if they hit us, but they're also killing the enemies, which is a subtle narrative touch in this game to show that the aliens are indeed quite evil, and they will even shoot their own comrades with the lasers, they just don't care. Another auto-scroller waiting for these lasers. There we go. Then we want to leave this F-bomb in the air and use it later during this upcoming wave, after these 4 black guys have spawned. We're going to use it right here. There we go. Got all the enemies. The F-bomb is necessary to kill the randomly moving red enemies and actually move off screen where you can't kill them, so we need an F-bomb for them. And we got one at just the right time. Okay, release that F-bomb before it left the screen, so we can use it on this upcoming wave to clear it very safely. There's gonna be 4 spinners. And as soon as they've spawned, we're just gonna grab the F-bomb and that's gonna skip them. Make this very safe. And then we're just gonna block some of the shots with the shield, while making sure that the lasers kill all the enemies, so we get a small in-game time bonus for this wave. No, we actually missed an enemy, we didn't get the bonus. That's minus 1 second in-game. I mean +1. That's a tragedy. And now we got the final boss already. And I hope to see some sub plays in the chat, because this zone is a banger. Oh yeah, one thing I didn't mention is you can also change the speed of the ship. Right now I'm in 2nd gear, which you see at the bottom. 2 arrows of speed, now I'm at 3 arrows of speed. I've not been doing that a lot in this game, but in some section it is useful to slow down a bit. Like on the opener of this boss. And in some other parts here. Coming up. We want to point blank the boss here after this attack to get some extra damage with the shield. Then just stream back with these lasers that are aimed at us with small movements. Hopefully this attack won't catch us. Okay, that was close, but it's fine. Do a small shield point blank here. There would be a bad attack here where these bullets home in towards you, but we got the F1 that cancelled most of that. Good point blank there, but didn't get the best luck. How long you can point blank there depends on how these random grey bullets that almost killed us, how those bullets spawn at the start determines how long you can point blank him for at the start, and they spawned right on top of us, so we had to back off to not die. Then just dodging these. These are a bit random, but we got them. These are just aimed at you, so if we know how to do that, this is fine. This is not fine. We need to hold on for just a bit and do an intentional death here, in order to use the iframes to go through these bullets and get more shield point blank damage on the boss. Bit more point blanking, then another intentional suicide in order to get more point blank damage. And also not have to spin around the screen. If you did this attack without dying, you would have to go behind the boss's back, which means you lose out on damage for like 10 seconds, so it's faster to take an intentional death to avoid that. Then we got one last speed strat. We can go inside the boss here at the start to deal almost half of his health bar before he starts attacking. And it's only possible to go inside him during the transition. If you go too close to him during the fight itself, he's gonna fire some retaliation bullets that prevent you from point blanking him, but if you add him inside when he spawns, you can get that really good speed kill. And hopefully he's gonna die, and there he goes. And time is when the body hits the floor. Time, okay. That's a mouthful. Wick, would you talk for a sec while we watch this ending go? There's also going to be the in-game timer in the just a sec after we've watched this moon explode. Earlier in the run we also saw that the moon was purple. It was being infected by these aliens, which according to the game's manual are called the purple erosion. No connection to the ship being purple, as donated by our generous viewers, I'm sure. So the way the in-game timer works, as you see here, for just a sec, we got a 9:22 in-game time, and the way that worked is it took the real time, that's the sum of all the area timers from the top right, and it deducted the life timer that you have remaining at the end of the run from that, which lets you get ridiculously low times, like in this case 9:22, even though the real time of the run is... what is the real time of the run?
The real time is 22 minutes and 49 seconds.
That's pretty solid. Well under estimate. Had some mistakes in this run, but this went really smooth overall.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this run was fire. I really enjoyed like every single second out of it. That was really, really good to see.
Thanks, man. Anyway, I think that's all for me, and I think the next one we had was Super Monkey Ball, it's a great game.
Yes, indeed. Don't leave now because Super Monkey Ball is up. It's actually Super Monkey Ball Deluxe in Super Monkey Ball 2. So that's gonna be interesting. And don't forget, I told you about that Whitmore, and I heard this runner actually likes Gon. So if you want to help this runner to make Gon win, feel free to snipe it now because it's gonna close soon.
We're gonna need all the help we can get for that. I think he was quite a bit behind when I checked.
Let me actually check one more time before we go to the intermission. I believe the winning monkey. Yeah, the winning monkey currently is Baby with 25. Gon is at €3.33.
That's quite a lead.
A bit behind. It's a bit, but I reckon we can do that. I reckon we can do this.
I think we can do this.
Definitely. Anyway, this was Eschatos by eerokurkisuo. I think I said that correctly.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right. And then we're going to the intermission, and we will be back with Super Monkey Ball Deluxe.
Awesome.